All right, everybody, welcome to JCLive, your weekly source for JCL news and fun. I'm Kurt Ristroff, your host and publications chair for the National Junior Classical League, an organization of middle and high school students in classics courses. Welcome to the show. Hope everybody's doing well. Today's a special show because I've invited some guests from the National Senior Classical League, our sister organization, to come on. They haven't shown up yet, which is a little bit, I hate to say typical. I'm not exactly sure where they are, so for the first couple of minutes of the show, I'm going to be entertaining y'all, but hang on. I'm getting a strange error message from YouTube. Wait, what's going on here? Hang on, one sec, I'll be right back. Something's happening to the stream. Are we back? Are we back? What's going on here?
This is our live stream now.
Uh-huh.
Play the video.
One sec. There's a video coming up. I no longer have control of the screen. I'm no longer controlling the horizontal or the vertical.
Education, prestige, community, innovation. Welcome to SCL University. SCL University isn't like other universities.
It's in Missouri.
And Colorado.
And Indiana.
This isn't just because it has many campuses or because it's online. It just exists outside of time and space. Nobody knows how it began. Nobody knows if it can end. The universe is an ever-expanding entity that loops back on itself, so quantifying time and space is pointless when everything that is becomes everything that isn't once more.
What?
There's tons of things to do at SCL University. Write for the school newspaper. Participate in leadership opportunities. Get involved in sports.
Can we go back to the death of the universe, space-time continuum stuff?
SCL University is perfect for you if you are a college student, like traveling, enjoy working as part of a team, never want to stop going to college, know how to juggle, don't know how to juggle, or have forgotten Latin. SCL University will fulfill all of your deepest desires, and we know it will because we know what you want. We are omnipotent. We are omniscient. We are omnipresent. We are indispensable. We are SCL University. Enroll today.
All right. We're back now, I think.
Alrighty.
And here are our special guests for tonight. They've
How's it
somehow
going,
managed
everyone?
to hijack the stream. Hello.
Hello, Kurt. Thank you for having us tonight.
Who are you people and what are you doing on my stream?
We're here we're 3/7 of the National Senior Classical League Board, and we're here tonight to give you guys SCLive, to tell you a little bit about SCL and how we work and how we do things. So, Kurt, thanks for having us, and if you wouldn't mind running the interview for tonight, that'd be great. My name is Jamie Doyle. I'm from Massachusetts. I attend UMass Dartmouth, and I'm the NSCL president. I'm going to hand it off to Rachel real quick.
Hello, I am Rachel. I am from Florida. I go to Florida State University, and I am the National Senior Classical League Vice President. Off to Elizabeth.
I'm Elizabeth. I'm from Wisconsin, and I attend Tufts University, and I'm the NSCL historian.
I like how you all pointed at who the next person was going to be, but it was arranged differently on my screen, so you're just pointing off into the void. Okay, well, welcome to the show. Glad to have y'all. To start off, I've got a couple of questions, and this is actually, I know there are several things that we want to hit throughout the night, so I've got my talking points pulled up, but there's going to be some just conversation bit in the middle there, and that's the first thing I want to say is a lot of JCLers I think are going to be watching tonight, and sometimes, despite all the things that SCL says and does at National Convention, I get JCLers asking me, what does the SCL do? What even, do they do? End quote. So how would y'all respond to that?
Yeah, so I think at its core, the SCL is, and I'm going to take a real quick sip of water in the middle of me saying this, but at its core, the SCL is a service organization, and we do things and we perform tasks and do acts of service to help out the JCLers and run fun events that they can attend during convention and kind of get the more fun side and the less academic side of convention. Sort of let the heat out a little bit. I don't know if Rachel or Elizabeth has anything to add on that, but I'm going to take my sip of water.
I mean, I agree with everything Jamie said. The main thing for me is it's fun, it's enjoyable. You get to see all the behind the scenes of the JCL convention, which I think is the most rewarding part of it, is just really learning all the effort that went in to convention when you were a JCLer. And I like giving back to that organization. That is the word.
Yeah, and a lot of that changes over time, especially when we get into things like global pandemics and we have to adapt that to a virtual format. So we also have a lot of the things we would normally do, like mixers and banquets and Olympica and Ludi and stuff, that we've transferred to formats or virtual formats that we can do on Zoom and still get to see all of our friends that we've made throughout the years and keep giving back to the JCL. So I think we're going to talk a little bit about what we do during virtual conventions, since that's kind of topical right now.
Okay.
I'm going to pass it to Elizabeth to talk about mixers and banquets. I think I did point the right direction that time. I'm not sure if I did or not.
Impressive. Okay. So the historian especially helps out with the banquet. But the mixers and banquets are open also to slashers as well as SCL members. And I guess that's the more time for that's the more SCL focused time for friendship and stuff like that. But I guess the more important the part that has more work is definitely, or that takes up more time, is Olympica and Ludi, and other supporting roles for the JCL. So I'll let Rachel talk about that.
Oh yeah, Olympica and Ludi. This is where we really get to see that encourages competition part of the JCL creed. This past year, obviously, it looked a lot different because we were not able to attend in person, but virtually we still offered a lot of athletic events, such as, but not limited to, a push-up competition, a marathon, and a Ludi trick shot competition, which I hope continues for more years. And we actually just released an Olympica questionnaire today for JCLers to get feedback on last year. And if you guys have any ideas for events this year, because these events are for you, so we want to meet what you guys want to do. So I really encourage all of y'all to fill that out. It just got posted on the National Senior Classical League's Instagram, which is National SCL. And I encourage all of you to follow that also. But besides that, I encourage you to participate in the Olympica. Because, hey, your idea might even be chosen. You can participate in your own event. If you do choose to participate in Olympica, though, you're going to have to take the Olympica and Ludi oath, which we're going to give you a fun example of at the end of SCLive. So stay tuned for that.
Okay, Rachel, I have an idea for Olympica or for a Ludi game that you could do.
Okay.
It's the same thing as Ultimate Frisbee, but every time you catch the Frisbee, you have to get out a Clorox wipe and wipe the Frisbee before you can throw it again. And also, you can't get within 6 feet of people, which is, I think, normally a rule for Ultimate Frisbee.
Yeah, we turn all the games pandemic themed. Is that what we're looking at?
Something like that. Yeah, we could have Olympica swimming, except it's just Purell instead of a swimming pool.
Perfect.
I just want to touch on a word real quick because Elizabeth and I think Rachel as well mentioned sort of a colloquial term that the SCLers have, which is the word slasher. And I don't know if any of the JCLers in the audience know what that is, so I just want to expand upon it and explain it a little bit. We refer to slashers. When we refer to slashers, we're talking about people who are halfway between their senior year and their freshman year of college. So whenever when you attend a national convention after your senior year, you are still considered a JCLer and a student, but you are also allowed to join the SCL as your first year as a primary member. So we refer to those members as slasher members, and they are allowed to participate in a certain number of SCL events and help out with events that happen during national convention. Like in normal times, we would have them help out with things like passing around the track sheets and stuff like that, timing people during track events, and swimming as well, all the way up to like stage crew occasionally if we really need people during that's entertainment. I know, yeah, everybody loves stage crew, right? I just wanted to let them know what that word is, but we can move on.
So why? Well, wait, before you move on from that, why is it slasher? What's the etymology?
So it's slasher because you are a JCL / SCL member, and you get the little. I don't actually have a name tag with me right now, but you do get the little banner, but you get half of one. The little SCL yellow banner
because it's been slashed in half.
Because it's been slashed, yeah. Now I think we're good to move on. I think that cleared that point up.
Good. Yes, and I was going to ask about that. Okay, I skipped a question I was supposed to ask, which was, what would your major be at SCLU?
Oh, I can take this one first. The sleep. I would spend a lot of time in the sleep deprivation department. So yeah, sleep deprivation major. I'll pass it on to Rachel.
This time we're just going to try and figure out where we are located on the screen. I personally, I'd major in stage crew. They have the best department, hands down. Stage crew all the way. Jamie?
So my major requires the most personal training and mental strength, and that is I would be majoring in the waking up for marathon department. That's where I would hang out. That one's tough. Yeah, there's a lot of studying hours in that one. So, yeah, that's mine.
Okay, terrific. And one more thing before going on, Elizabeth, I knew you when you were a JCLer, but Jamie and Rachel, I don't think I knew y'all when y'all were JCLers. So, can you give us a little bit of your backstory there? What your life was like before you ascended the mortal plane and joined the omnipotent ranks of the SCL?
All right. I think I can try and wing my way through this one first. So I spent a lot of time doing a lot of random stuff. I never really excelled too much in academics or Katamit or any of those areas. I was particularly fond of my state conventions, chariot races, and catapult contests. Because I have a background in woodworking and things like that. But I was never really sort of the star JCLer student. And but I still loved the organization, and I wanted to find a way to kind of find my niche and find a place for me to really, really excel more than I had in high school. So that's mine. Rachel, I don't know what you have.
I kind of have to agree with you there. Definitely not the star student. I competed in grammar, so I think that was my first mistake. But besides academics, I was very involved in creatives. I loved creatives. I loved helping everyone at my school work on their creatives last minute because we're last minute Latin. I personally competed in declamation, and I did a couple's costume my senior year, and I think that was like my favorite experience ever. I love that JCL gives you a chance to also be creative. It isn't just strictly academics and, Olympica and Ludi. So you get the athletic in there too. It's a perfect little circle. everything you need.
Yeah. Some of you might know me, but I spent a lot of time in like the creatives positions and on different boards. And last year I was the national editor. And then this year I'm the national historian. And 2 years ago I was the Wisconsin historian. So there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of overlap. It's been a lot of fun like getting to know these offices and the people on like each of those boards. And now the people on this board and the people in the SCL as well.
All right. So I'm once again losing the ability to control the stream, which means that I think we have another hacking attempt coming in. Hang on, everybody.
Sunglasses back on.
Okay. Are we back? Are we back? I think we might be back. Yes, we back. We are back. Ah, terrific. Okay. In which Mr. Ristroff learns how to force close and restart Streamlabs. Okay. I don't think anybody saw any of the video that we switched to. Is that correct? I'm just going to assume that's a yes. Okay. So let me pull that back up and we'll play it again because it's funny.
Oh.
Okay. Thanks everybody for sticking around. One sec. Oh, wait, hang on. Where's my ability to... Hang on, one sec. There it is.
Oh, hiya, folks. I'm Phil Offloafluens, co-founder of SC Pillow. Ever show up to NJCL convention only to find out there's a rock-hard pillow in your dorm? Or even worse, no pillow at all? Your 7 a.m. Ludi Marathon is a big enough pain in the neck. The last thing you need before a big race or Kurtaman finals is a bad night of sleep. Here at SC Pillow, we're proud to partner with NJCL to be the official pillow provider for all future NJCL conventions. Thank you so much for making SC Pillow the #1 pillow on all JCL host college campus dorms. No more rough nights of tossing and turning. We make our pillows with the finest processed Ohioan corn husks and an ancient Roman weaving method to perfectly hug your neck. We'll see you next year. But if you can't wait till then, call 1-248-434-5508 today to pre-order your SC pillow. Again, that's 1-248-434-5508 today.
So, whose phone number did y'all just give out at the end of that video?
I do believe that's a Rickroll.
Oh, terrific. Wonderful. Okay. Well, it looks like restarting Streamlabs got rid of my carefully made SCL takeover Instagram and Facebook social media links. So I can bring those back up, but it's going to take a second. So while I do that, why don't y'all tell us about your favorite SCL souvenirs?
Cool. So before we talk about the souvenirs, Rachel's gonna not Rachel, sorry, my bad. Elizabeth is going to talk us through something real quick. She has a real quick talking point before we go over souvenirs because Elizabeth hasn't.
Are we talking about? Oh yeah, no, I haven't been to it. Okay, I follow. Okay, yeah, no, I haven't been to a convention since I've been a slasher or like even part of it, like of an SCLer, because my last convention was virtual. So like, while I haven't had the opportunity to buy anything in person, I can go on the Redbubble and purchase things. There are a lovely assortment of like things that Natasha, the treasurer, has put together. Including a shower curtain, which is rather cool. And the like, I feel like the big like themed like symbol was like the NASA like symbol, but make it NSCL. Yeah, there's a lot of fun content, and the shower curtain's probably the most interesting. They also have like stickers, which I really enjoy.
I hear that that banner behind me was going to be replaced by an SCL shower curtain if it didn't cost so much. But it is worth getting one. It's not worth getting one just for a one-time gag on a JCLive show, but it is worth getting one if you're interested in SCL.
It is definitely a really cool logo, and it's a really cool product, and we love the fact that Redbubble enables us to have wacky stuff like that. Speaking of wacky stuff, I'd say my favorite SCL souvenir is probably I have a matching SCL trucker hat that's black and white, and then it matches the socks that are also black and white and have the SCL logo on it. So the hat is from the year that Drew Alvarez was treasurer, and then the socks are from the year that I was treasurer the year afterwards. And those are definitely my favorite because those are very, very on brand and very comfortable during convention week. So, Rachel, what about you?
Well, I guess I'm the only one who wanted to. Sorry, my brain went too fast for my words. So I guess I'm the only one who decided to play show and tell. I actually brought it. Here we go. It's an SCL, but it's like a cute like purple jersey. And this was actually the first SCL merch I ever bought. So, sentimental value. On the back, it has a fun little saying. It says, "Fight like a Spartan, think like an Athenian, and party like a Roman." And if that doesn't embody SCL, come on. It's the best. That's all.
Okay, at this point, I believe we have another video to show y'all. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me get that up just a second, everybody.
Hello, Joe Cicero here from SC Lawyers. We know that everyone is facing with unprecedented times right now. We want to let you know that while state and national JCL conventions are starting to gear up, we're going to be here for you still. To deal with Zoom courts, we are unleashing a brand new strategy.
Mr. Cicero, I believe you have a filter turned on.
No, sir. I am a cat.
Objection, Your Honor, that is clearly a cat filter. You can even see his face through it.
Mr. Cicero, can you swear under penalty of perjury that you are actually a cat?
Yes, sir. And as we all know, according to cat law, if the kitties hiss, you must dismiss.
Can't argue with that. Case dismissed.
With our new Zoom filter package, we will provide you with the perfect defense, no matter the situation.
Your Honor, there is indisputable evidence that the JCLer in question was not wearing a shirt during GA, a clear violation of the rules.
Objection. Your Honor, as you can see by my background, we are in international waters. Would you really penalize my clients for not wearing a shirt at the beach? I move for immediate dismissal.
So moved. Case dismissed.
Not wearing a name tag, being late for a contest session, even hyperbuzzing. For any rule violation, we have you covered.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
Well, that's a very clear and well thought out logical argument, and with that in mind, I believe that I will rule in favor.
Oh no! I guess the judge had to leave the Zoom call. That's unfortunate. Well, seeing as there is no one else to rule in the case, I move the court adjourn immediately, indefinitely. All in favor say aye. Aye. All right. Opinion of the court, motion passes. Court adjourned. Call the SC lawyers today at the number on the screen. Remember, stay home and stay safe. We care about you.
Terrific stuff. Tremendous.
SC Lawyers is probably one of my favorite running That's Entertainment jokes. It's a good one.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see. So I'm supposed to talk to you about That's Entertainment now. Let's talk about That's Entertainment now. You can see they gave me a script, and since they the last time I veered off the script, they took down the stream for 10 minutes. I'm following the script very closely. So let's talk about That's Entertainment. Jamie, go.
Yeah, so I'll take this one. So every SCLer has definitely has a favorite That's Entertainment moment that they remember for one of the conventions that they've gone to. Me personally, my favorite TE moment is when John Gums and Kat Zemansky asked me to be in a top 10 worst TE auditions skit, and as the role of tap dance hands, and I ended up becoming a meme for like 3 days straight, and then nobody remembered me afterwards. It was a good time. Rachel, I'll pass it off to you and see what yours is.
Oh, see, me personally, it's more of a behind the scenes action. So when I first joined SCL, the "We Want Stage Crew" chant was very popular. So I was like, well, I have to experience what it's like to be stage crew. So that was my first move, make it in with the stage crew people. So I made it in. I was able to do it. I mean, it was fun because who doesn't want like thousands of people chanting "We Want Stage Crew"? It's like you feel so empowered. It's like, yes, I am doing my job. It's fantastic. I encourage everyone. You got to be stage crew at least 1 year. It's an experience in its own. Elizabeth, what do you have to say?
Jamie, I don't know if you saw my face, but like when you mentioned before that your favorite memory was tap dance hands, I had no idea what you were talking about when you gave like the additional context, like I remember that as a JCLer.
You remember everybody screaming that they wanted me to come back on stage? It was very awkward. I didn't know what to do at all.
That was good. Oh, yeah. No, I don't know. I remember like being really moved by the infinity fist of the SCL. I think that's what it was. I remember being really moved by that one.
Yep.
That was definitely a really good one. Yeah.
Jamie, you were tap dancing "Africa" by Toto, if I remember right.
Yes, yeah, it was a very bad percussion cover of the intro, and then the song started, and I wore a little cape, and I put my Doc Martens on my hands. It was very, very entertaining.
Terrific. You can find that video, of course, on the NJCL YouTube channel.
Yes, you can.
Because there's not an NSCL YouTube channel, so all the SCL content, such as That's Entertainment, gets us subscribers. I mean, but the two organizations, it's wrong to think of us as separate. We're so intertwined.
Absolutely.
I mean, we're talking about how SCL, all of these great memories and things from SCL are from NJCL convention. So I wanted to talk real quick about what SCLers do for the other 51 weeks out of the year, other than stock up on sleep for nationals.
That's a great question. I'm gonna popcorn this to Rachel. Put her on the spot.
Fair enough.
Didn't
One
know
thing.
popcorn was a verb.
It is in this sense.
It is now.
So I would say, I mean, one of the major things is we have committees going year round. So we have the I can't say the word. I've never been able to say the word. Jamie, popcorn, say the word.
Publicity.
That's it. That committee going. We also have a brand new ethics committee and the Olympica and Ludi committee. Someone stop me if I forgot one. I think website committee. Oh my gosh, what a shame on my part. Oh, I can read the chat now. The website committee. Geez. But those are one way that we stay active all year round. We also, I mean, we hang out. We're cool people. We have our Facebook page. We stay in touch. You know, it's an organization where we can just, all those classic memes that none of your other friends really understand. We're an organization you can share all of that. It's a great environment to be in. Now I'm gonna popcorn back to Jamie because I know he's got something by now.
I had another thought to add on to that. Another thing in addition to that is a lot of state SCL chapters will do things throughout the year as well, and that varies from state to state. Louisiana comes to mind, doing a lot of events for SCLers throughout the year. And that's all according to the type of people that are in your state and who you like to hang out with and stuff like that. But there is a lot of social events that go on throughout the year with the SCL. And another important thing, just while I'm on this topic, because I know somebody might ask this question at some point, but you don't have to necessarily join the SCL state chapter of the college that you might be attending. You can stay a member of the SCL in your home state, or you can also join both. Elizabeth is probably the best person to talk to out of the three people here because Rachel and I both go to school in our home states, and Elizabeth does not. But you are able to very easily adopt any other NSCL chapter, and a lot of people stick with that chapter through the years as well.
When I was asking around, like, where do I pay my dues? You can pay them to multiple, and I think someone was telling me that like someone like pays dues to like 7 different states, or is like part of the rules are kind of
she's in the chat right now.
Oh, nice.
So another question for you, Jamie,
Go
softball, if you will. Do you have to have been in JCL in order to join SCL? What about my friend who didn't take Latin in high school?
You do not need any Latin experience or classics or JCL experience to join SCL. All you have to do is be a fun-loving person who wants to be around a good group of people and help out and get stuff done. And that's what we do. So does that answer the question? Did I hit all the points there? I think?
Perfectly. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think all of us have had those friends who, they took French or something in high school and they saw how much fun JCL was and they really wanted to be in JCL. Well, now, so long as they have an interest in the classics, i.e., or I suppose, e.g., if they have seen Disney's Hercules once, for example, they're qualified to be an SCL.
There's also there's one other important thing that I want to touch on. I don't know if anybody's asked about it or not, but it's another important detail that I want to include. SCL doesn't necessarily have local chapters like JCL does. So if you're going to a college some colleges might have their own SCL clubs, but if you're attending a college that doesn't or might not have a classics department, for example, my university does not have a classics department, or any sort of local SCL club, that doesn't prohibit you from being a member of the organization at a national or a state level or anything like that. And it's also very easy to create your own state chapter if your state does not have an SCL chapter. We go into great detail about that in the handbook and how to get that started. And if anybody has any questions about that, you can feel free to talk to me or our parliamentarian, Neil Leakin, privately. It's super easy and it's super fun. So you can shoot us emails. It's great.
All right. And with that, I think we have yet another video to play. Is that correct?
Yes, I just want to circle back to TE real quick before we go into that, because I do have a few other points about that before we move on. Mainly just about how That's Entertainment is going to work this year. It's going to be somewhat similar to last year's, except most of the submission process will be a little bit earlier in the year than it was last year. For any SCLers in the chat, we will be looking for TE chairs soon, but you'll see more about that on Facebook and on Slack and stuff. And then within the next few months or so, you'll JCLers, you'll start seeing advertisements on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that for video submissions or audition submissions for That's Entertainment this year at convention. And it will still be on a YouTube Live premiere format, very similar to what we're doing right now for this year. So, and as SCLers, we write a lot of digital skits and perform skits throughout the week. The week that is convention, and the ads we've been playing throughout this are kind of examples of the digital ones we would normally do, and some of the other ones we've referenced are in-person ones we would do. But we have another example of a TE skit that we would do digitally, and that is the video that Kurt's going to play right now.
Yep. Well, I pull that up. The classic dilemma at the late night dilemma for SCLers at Nationals is, do I work on That's Entertainment or do I work on the convention ear? It's a tough choice. Okay.
Sleep is not an option, though.
No.
Never.
Okay, here we go.
Next week on Kurt and Moms.
And this week's team captain is Bruce.
Bruce, after my Sasha answered both of the final bony right to clinch the win, coach is just playing favorites again.
I know what the other moms are promising, but my little pussy deserves this. It's the favorite for a reason.
The descendants of Clydo and Poseidon benevolently ruled what led.
I can't believe he buzzed in. Mythology is her subject. I'm really worried about Allison. She's struggling with her self-confidence after Bruce stole that question from her.
Well, maybe if she was a little more self-confident, she would have buzzed in earlier.
Are you even going to punish him for stealing someone else's subject?
Not when he keeps getting them right, and she keeps getting them wrong!
Jessica!
And the final score is catch all the drama only on the That's Entertainment channel.
Katana Mom, Sunday at 8.
Terrific. Sunday at 8, Kurtaman Moms. I like how all of the recommended videos at the end are JCLive videos.
Yeah.
Because this channel doesn't watch anything else.
Nope. Awesome. So I think that kind of brings us to our last segment of the night.
Yep.
We're going to close out our SCLive stream with some Mad Libs. So we're going to be providing I'm blanking on the word for it, like a noun, a verb, an adjective, stuff like that to the chat. And we're going to ask the chat for answers to that. And we're going to fill in a copy of the O and L oath that we have removed certain words for. And we're going to see what we can come up with here. So I'm going to let Rachel take it away for getting the answers, for giving you guys the questions, and I'll monitor the chat for answers while Elizabeth writes everything down for us.
Yes, I will be asking for all of the words. Okay. Jamie, you gotta unmute yourself. I gotta know the words.
Yep, I'm gonna unmute myself while you talk, and I'll unmute myself after you talk once I find a good answer. How about that?
Okay, fair enough. So we're gonna start with a good old-fashioned verb. Do I have any verbs in the chat?
Verb.
I cannot see the chat, so this is very fun.
Yep.
All the verbs.
We have an eyes emoji.
There's a slight delay.
Yeah, I figured. So it's gonna be a few seconds.
It's gonna be fun.
You may want to ask him for a couple at a
Yeah,
time.
you may.
Rachel.
Yeah, get through a few just so we can get them quick here.
Okay. Do you want to? Okay, we'll do 3 at a time. We need a verb, then we need a body part, and then we need another verb. So 2 verbs and a body part.
Alrighty. I'm thinking. I've got popcorn as a verb. That's a good one. Okay, two people are saying popcorn, so 3 people are going to saying popcorn. So I think we're going to go with popcorn.
Okay.
For one of the verbs. I see there's a 4th popcorn. I see ankle as a body part, and I see I see what was the other one? Was another verb, right? Conjugate from Dennis Webb, from Mr. Webb.
Perfect.
There's a 5th popcorn.
Our next 3 words, we need a plural animal, so like skunks.
Yeah.
Then we need an adjective, and then an object. So I'll repeat: a plural animal, adjective, and an object.
There's a 6th popcorn. Rats. We're going with rats on this one. For the animal,
Perfect.
for the plural animal. For an adjective, somebody meant to say graceful but typed gradeful with a D. We're going to go with gradeful.
Okay.
Because I think it's funny. And then an object. I see. Let's see, an object.
Come on, Jamie, use those eyes.
I'm getting a lot of adjectives and not a lot of objects. That's the problem.
It's all right. We got more adjectives later.
I see a binder, a shower curtain, a vase, a vase.
What are we going with?
I think we'll go with SCL shower curtain on this one. Yeah. What are our next few here?
Adjective. So perfect. We already got a whole bunch. Then position of power, and then another adjective. Look at that.
Let's see. We'll wait for him to come in here. Let's see. For a position of power, I see a space president. I see Kyle listing his own position. Mr. Gypsy listing his own position. I see omnipotent as an adjective. That's one to put in there. We'll go with space president on this one. And I see an omnipresent as well.
This is really funny because I'm thinking about the words I took out, and it's if these line up correctly, I'm going to laugh.
They do.
If they did that, that's perfect. So next we need an adverb, an adjective, and a verb.
Adverb, adjective, and a verb.
Yes.
Okay. I see definitious, fergalicious, classy, contemptuously. I'm tempted to go with either. I see clumsy, angrily. I'm tempted to go with definitious or clumsy. Contemptuously, that's a good one. That's a good one.
This is the adverb, right?
Yes. Yep. Well, definitious, I think, would be an adjective, maybe. Verb, fumble. It's a good one. We're not looking for a verb right now, but we will be, I assume, at some point.
Yes, we are. We're looking for an adverb, an adjective, and a verb.
Oh, yeah, I was looking at the wrong thing. I apologize. My fault. So fumble in is a verb. What do you have down right now, Elizabeth, for the adverb and the adjective?
For the adverb, I have contemptuously. I need another adjective, and then I need like the verb, adjective, verb.
Okay. Let's go with Ooh, Kyle is Mr. Majimsi is suggesting bemoan. I don't know what kind of word that is. I don't actually know that word. I feel a little embarrassed now.
I don't know.
It's a verb.
That's a verb. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you, Mr. Ostroff. This is a live look at how an NSCL board meeting goes. I have meander as a verb. Swimmingly is another adverb. I don't remember which one you're still looking for, Elizabeth.
Let's go with. Sorry, I didn't realize I was. Let's go with. I need another adjective or two. Two adjectives.
Two adjectives. Somebody said we are omniscient, so we'll go with omniscient. That's an adjective. We got to fill them all.
I already used down omniscient.
I thought we used omnipotent and omnipresent, didn't we?
Oh, okay, cool.
Flounder as a verb. Blue as an adjective, if you're looking for one. Fuzzy as an adjective, if you're looking for one. At this point, I'm just kind of listing off some funny ones and letting you write in the first one you hear me say.
Okay.
What are we looking for next?
Right? I need an inging verb and then plural activities.
An ing verb.
A present active participle.
A present active participle. And what was the other one that you needed?
Plural activities.
Plural activities. Okay. Plural activities.
Can I get another verb?
Did you get flounder down?
I did get flounder.
You got flounder. Meander?
I did get meander.
Okay. And you got bemoan, right?
I did get bemoan.
All right, folks, we need another verb. Ludi naps. That's a good one.
Okay.
And then we have running as well from Mr. Webb. And then the other one was another verb as well. Jump.
All we need is plural activities right now.
Yeah.
All we need is plural activities. Yeah, that was Ludi naps.
Oh.
Plural Ludi naps. Yeah.
Then we need an ing verb.
That was running.
Okay. And then finally, we need an exclamation for when you win chess.
Yes. What's the big word that you scream when you win Ludi chess? This is going to be a good one.
We have ahoy.
Ahoy is a good one. Drat. Somebody is looking to not win Ludi chess. We have King Me, Excelsior. That's a good one. What are some other options?
I like King Me.
Why from Sophie Wilkins. Why Victus.
All right, what are we going with, Jamie?
I think we'll go with why. That's a good one. We'll throw some proper Latin there.
Wait.
We get the chance.
I need it's not just like WHY.
It's VAY.
VAE.
Yeah. You haven't been out of Latin that long, Elizabeth.
No.
All right.
I can't see the chat. I'm just going off of this like auditory.
That's fine.
Although if you were to win Ludi chess and you went, why?
Why?
But why?
All right, who wants to read it?
Okay.
Do we all get to?
Jamie. We can pass it off if we want to, or I can.
Can we popcorn it?
We can popcorn it. Yeah. Am I the only one who's ever heard popcorn used as a verb?
No, I use it all the time.
Okay. I'm just checking. Okay. Cool. So, this is the Olympica and Ludi oath, or one version of it anyway. So, all students participating in or watching Olympica and Ludi, please popcorn, raise your right ankle, and repeat after me. I state your name will make it my goal to conjugate state name well. Popcorn Rachel.
Okay. I will not fight with the rats because SCLers are gradful. I will not take off my SCL shower curtain unless the omnipotent SCL says I can. I will not disrupt play as a space president because I'm not omnipresent like SCL. And I will not be contemptuously competitive since SCL is omniscient. Word I also can't pronounce. Omniscient! Popcorn to Elizabeth.
But I am not. I will bemoan out blue attitudes. I will make a point to meander out the haters, and I will flounder into action when I see someone running. I will help all the Ludi naps run swimmingly, swim runningly, and chessingly. Popcorn Jamie.
Ultimately, I will be the best I can frisbee. Why? And that is all we have planned for today. So I'd like to thank Kurt again and some of the other SCL officers for coming on to SCLive tonight. I want to thank everybody that's in the chat giving us these wonderful answers. It was great to be
Big
here.
thank you to Publicity Committee.
Yes, for helping us out with arranging this and getting this going.
The skits were amazing.
They were beautiful. Yes, they were awesome. I really hope that everybody that was looking for it got some information that they were looking for and learned a little bit more about SCL tonight. So,
yes, in particular, a big thanks to Grace McIntyre, who's, I think, the head of the publicity committee and was the one who was coordinating a lot of this
yes,
with me for some time now. All right, Jamie, Rachel, Elizabeth, thanks so much for coming on. This has been an absolute blast. Links to SCL's social media and website are in the description of this video. Next week's video, next week's JCLive will be an interview with, let me make sure it's the right show. I don't want to advertise for the wrong show. Yes, an interview with Ken Schneider, who was NJCL vice president, not first vice president, not second vice president, but solo vice president back in 1980 something. It's in my notes, 1981 to 1982. So he'll be coming on talking about what JCL was like back then, what it was like to be the solo VP, all of those things. The week after that will be a special with the current and former presidents of Virginia JCL. They're going to come on to talk about what it's like to get onboarded onto a state board, how you keep sort of continuity from year to year, things like that. And there's going to have an some sort of interactivity. And then the week after that, on April 19th, will be the season finale of JCLive for this year. It will be National Classics Week. All 7 NJCL officers are going to come on the show. It's going to be a blast. Tell all your friends. Season finale. So we've been running this show since September, every week except for that one week in November that I got sick. And it's, the school year's winding down, so we figured we're going to go out with a bang for National Classics Week. That'll be the end of JCLive for this year. So we'd love to see you there. We'd love to see you next week, the week after that, and the following week, the 3 last JCLive episodes of this year. Okay, so again, a big thank you to Jamie and Elizabeth and Rachel, and now we're going to switch over to the NJCL officers who will give officer reports, and then Jamie, Rachel, and Elizabeth, if y'all want to hang out in this Google Meet, I'll come say goodnight and thank you properly after the officers do their reports. Thanks. Okay.
Thanks again, everybody.
Thank you, Jamie. All right, now, one moment. If I move over here to the officer chat, here's Daniel, here's Irene. How are y'all doing?
I am good. How are you, Mr. Istroff?
I'm great, and it doesn't matter that y'all can't see me because the stream can see you, so everything's good. The sound's coming through. I can see y'all just fine. Had a good stream, had some technical difficulties some actual technical difficulties for the first time in a while, but everything came back up. So, Irene, we'll start with you.
I think I'm okay to talk
What if
now.
no, wait, hang on. I have to go tell the JCL, the SCL officers that they can't talk. One sec.
How are you, Irene? We didn't hear from you as to how you are.
I'm good. Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. How was school today?
Pretty good. I'm doing the hybrid format, so I'm virtual while everyone else is there. So yeah, it's a blast.
Okay. What have you got for us tonight?
Okay, so one of my projects for this year is to make a middle school version of the Torch. It's similar to the Torch US we have now, except content-wise, it's going to be geared towards more about what the JCL is all about, since middle schoolers are new members and may not have a solid idea of what being a member means. And it's also going to have more engaging content like puzzles and games. And this new version of the Torch was actually one of the promises of my campaign, so I'm very excited to see how it will turn out. So please submit articles, photos, art, comics, games, and more to me at editor@njcl.org by April 23rd. If you have any questions about what to submit, you can also email me, and I'll be glad to help. Thank you.
Tremendous. Thanks, Irene. Daniel, you're up.
All right. And like one of Irene's promises was working on the middle school Torch. One of my promises was getting feedback from the JCL community on a number of things, but one of them is the JCL song and creed. So the committee adopted a resolution stating that we will pursue feedback from the community into any possible changes to the song and the creed. And we're a membership-driven organization. We want to get as much feedback from all of you as possible. So we're asking everyone who's ever been involved with JCL, whether you're a member, an SCLer, a sponsor, a parent of a really avid JCLer, anyone, a Latin teacher, or if you're really lucky, all of those. I love to see it when someone's all of those. We would love for you to fill out this survey and give you your feedback. So I've given Mr. Ristroff the link. It should be published on social media either this evening or tomorrow, very soon, and emailed out to everyone. And we would just love to get your feedback. It's a completely anonymous survey, so please feel free to just be completely frank with your experiences, your views. And yeah, we would just love any feedback whatsoever. And there is a deadline of June 1st, because that's when we are going to incorporate that feedback, meet as the executive board and committee of JCL, send that to the ACL, go through all the wonderful procedural stuff, and just see what the community thinks. So, but yes, fill out that anonymous survey by June 1st, and we would really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Daniel. Yep, that'll go live, I think, this evening. And you've got 2 months, so share it around. We'll be posting reminders on the social media like we did for the JCL book project. Share that around. Cool. Well, that's our show. I know we ran a little bit late because we were down for 10 minutes. Thank you all so much. Thank you a huge amount, of course, to the SCL officers. And thanks to Daniel and Irene for coming on and giving their reports. We'll see you all next week on Monday at 8 p.m. for one of the last 3 JCLive episodes of this year. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Thank you to the SCLers, too.